Hello.
Hi.
How's it going, Erika?
It's good. It's going really good.
Good to meet you. So thankful to have you
Nice.
here.
Thank you. It's nice to meet you too.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and where you are? Tell us all the good stuff.
Okay, so the business name is Erika L Illustrations, and the home base is based in Germantown in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But we don't have a storefront right now. We are an online base. And what else? What else should I talk about?
So tell us more about your art. Tell us what you make.
Okay, so our business is a two-layered business. So I am an illustrator. So I do the illustrations, and then from there, we sell prints, we sell coloring books, we sell the original artwork, stickers, all kinds of stuff. And then the second layer of the business is merchandise for people that they love the artwork, but they either don't know too much about art to want it to buy a piece to hang in their house. So now we have it on products. So we have it on water bottles and mugs and t-shirts, which I'm actually wearing one right now.
Oh yeah, I love that design.
And I have tumblers. So
oh, cool.
The artwork that I just did on tumblers.
Yeah. So cool. Which was your favorite product, do you think, that you've gotten stuff on? We were just talking about the aprons off camera. Is that your favorite?
Oh my God, that's a hard one. That is such a hard one. It's are really good. I'm going to say the tumbler. I'm going to say the tumbler just because I use this every day. I can't survive and do my work without this coffee. And these tumblers are so good because your stuff will stay hot for hours. I mean, 3 hours later, you try and take a sip, and you just
that's great.
The tumbler and the water bottles, which I don't have the water bottle with me, is in my room, but the water bottles are also really good. I like those. And accidentally, I bought a water bottle for my best friend, and when it came to the house, I forgot that it was for him, and I started using it.
Oh my goodness. You're like, it's mine, thank you.
Yeah, it's mine. Yep. I even put my name on and everything.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So tell us a little bit about how you got started, maybe what inspired you to start making art. Were you like an artsy kid growing up and then you just kind of transitioned?
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, that is a classic story that me and my mother love to tell everyone who will listen to us. So, I have been drawing since I was a little girl. I swear I probably came out of the womb with a paintbrush and artist beret or something. And thankfully, God embedded this passion in me so deep that I frequently got in trouble all the time in school because I wanted to draw instead of doing schoolwork.
Yep, that is me too.
Yeah, so after after how many parent-teacher meetings, my mom finally got on board and she said, wait, she's not going to stop doing this. So she finally got on board. She started sending me to art camps and things like that. But the passion has been in me so deep. And when I got into high school, I took some art classes. But once I got out of high school, I went straight on to college, art college. But I wasn't sure what major I wanted.
Yeah.
Instead of paying for an expensive 4-year art college when I didn't even know what I wanted to major in. I knew it was art, but I didn't know what type of artist. I actually ended up going to the Community College of Philadelphia first. And I cannot say enough good things about this art department.
That's awesome.
Amazing. If anybody is unsure about their major, but they know they want to be an artist, I recommend CCP. It is such a good school, and that department is small, is very intimate, and you can get one-on-one time with the teachers is great. Like even professors I never had a class with, I knew them personally. That's how small it is.
Yeah.
So I got my associate's degree from CCP in fine art. And then I went right on into the four-year art college, which is the Moore College of Art and Design. and I got my bachelor's degree in illustration. And I can't say enough things about that college either.
Yeah.
Basic college too, and most people don't know, but it is an all-female art college, and it's
Wow.
one of its kind, and it's a small.
Is it there in Philly, or where is it?
Yeah, it's right there, right there where, oh my goodness, where the Franklin Institute is.
Okay.
So it's right across the street from the public library and from Drexel's Institute of Science, I believe, and then the Franklin Institute is right on the other side, so it's right there on the Parkway. And
Cool.
It's funny that a lot of people don't know where it is, but they know about that school when you say more.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, so that's my little background about my art.
Yeah, so then when you graduated college, did you have like, you know, gigs lined up? Were you working other jobs too?
Oh, that's a good story too. You asking for the good stories.
Yeah, let's hear them.
So after I graduated more in 2017. Even though I was like, I'm rare and I'm ready to go, I just needed a job. There was nothing lined up. I just needed a job. So actually my first job was at my high school.
Oh, wow.
I was a student climate person. So I don't know what that title means to other people, but to me, I'm gonna keep it just 100. All I did was I was in a hallway with the walkie-talkie, and I would tell kids, get out the hallway and go to class. Most of the time, they didn't do it. So
oh my gosh.
At the end of the job, before I left that job, I just started to say, can you just get off my floor? Just go to another floor. Just get off mine so I don't get in trouble, because I know you're not going to class.
Right.
Just go to another floor.
Oh my gosh.
So after I left that job, I became a substitute teacher, and I realized that I couldn't stay in that for long. And I realized, number one, I am much more of an animal lover than a children's lover. I do love children, but I love animals much more. And
if they act like animals, it's not the same.
Right. I just knew if I stayed in this job any longer, I was not going to have my own children like that.
Oh
and in the sense, my second year as a substitute teacher, thankfully it was an independent program, so it wasn't through the school district.
Okay.
So you could set your own days and you could say no or yes if you wanted to take an assignment. And I built in that every Friday, no assignments. That's it. I'm taking a day off. And I said, I need one day or I'm gonna hurt these kids and I don't want to do that. So I need one day. And the teachers would tell me, I wish I could do that. Take one day for I hurt these children. So throughout me subbing over the summer or when they had winter break, I would do events. So I would do events, and this is when I was just hustling. It wasn't even anymore. I mean, before, and I didn't even have my name. I was just out there hustling because like I'm an artist, but I'm not really in the art career because I'm a substitute teacher. That's my main job.
Yeah.
So during the summer of my second year as a substitute teacher, I was doing artwork and I was vending. I was trying to get in as much as I possibly could before I had to go back to teach. And my mother, she knew that I was vending because she was the one that would drive me to the events and things like that. And she just came to me and she said, you know what, why don't you not go back teaching and do this full time?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking, I was like, okay. So I didn't go back to substitute teaching and I just started doing my art full time.
Amazing.
And just so happens that, thank you, God, that my mother, who has been in the corporate world for like 20 years, God told her, I want you to leave. And I want you to come alongside Erika and help her and support her in her business. And it it was such a great opportunity because it just so happens, even though she was in the corporate world for 20 years, she was having moments where she was like, she didn't want to do it anymore. She was saying, "Is this all that I'm going to get out of my life? This is all I'm going to do?" And he said no. And he said, "Nope, you going to leave corporate America and you going to work with Erika."
Oh my gosh.
So she's actually my CFO. She is my Chief Financial Officer.
Yes, amazing. Yes. That's awesome. I need one of those. That's so cool. Wow, I love that so much. Oh my gosh. So was that, when did you say that she started helping you out, and what year did you like take the leap?
So we actually started like full, this is not a hustle anymore. This is a full-on business. We pay taxes last year.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
this June will be our anniversary of being in business a full year.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
Wow.
you.
I'm a baby business too, because I was hustling for 3 years before I made it official, and I still call it a hustle because it feels like a hustle. It still feels like it. Yeah.
Legit. And you got your EIN number and you pay taxes, it's still.
Oh, yep, exactly. Oh, that's so cool. And how do you like working with your mom? Do you love having her on board?
I love it. We tell each other frequently, I couldn't do this with anybody.
Oh, I could cry.
And
that's so sweet.
it's just, and it's so astounding that I knew we had a good relationship. We always had a good relationship, but doing this, and because now we're home based, so we don't go out to a building anymore, except for when we talk to our marketing consultants and we have a meeting downtown. We're here with each other all the time.
Yeah.
But it has actually strengthened our relationship.
That's great.
We talk to each other and we work things out, and we make sure to see the other person's side. So he comes up with an idea that I really don't think is a good idea. It's like I'll get pushback, like I push back, like I don't really like that idea and things like that. But after a while, I think about it, and I do hear her, and I make sure to think about it and not just slam her down instantly, except for some things. Some things, I'm like, okay, I am the boss, and I'm gonna slam that down. But those things, I'll go, no, maybe not right now. That sounds like a good idea, but not right now. Listen to each other, and our relationship has really gotten so strong.
That's so great to hear. I love that so much, because I think that, first of all, as artists, it's helpful to have non-artists or just people that aren't us give us ideas and give us support, because it's just, thinking in a different way than how our brains normally work. But I also think that, that's such a cool opportunity to have that connection with her, because not everyone could pull that off. Not all relationships are meant for that. And I think that that's super special that you're able to have that support. I have tons of friends that have come alongside me and are figuring out ways to support me, and I'll call on them to help me at markets and stuff. But to have someone they're your person, that's so cool and really magical. I love that. That's so neat. Yeah. So I know that you're newish with your business, but you sound like you have a ton of experience. So can you give us some advice to anyone who wants to start their own business, or to someone who is an artist looking to transition from the hustle to making it a legit business?
Absolutely. So the biggest, the best advice that I can give is what I just said. Don't do it by yourself. You cannot run a business by yourself. Or let me rephrase. You can, but either it's not going to work out, or you're going to be so exhausted because you're trying to do all of it yourself that you end up, the business crumbles, or you get burned out before even your third year in business. So the best advice, don't do it alone. Have somebody that can support you, and also know your roles when you start your business. So her role as my CFO, she's also marketing, is she takes care of she's the front house. That's what she calls. She's the front house. She takes care of the money, or maybe she's the back house because that's the business, that's the money. I don't know.
I get your analogy. I'm tracking it.
Anyway, she takes care of all the money, closing the books, making sure before I make a purchase, I ask her and I tell her, I'm about to make a purchase. Is everything okay? Can we do this? And she's the marketing. I am the art and the IT. So I'm the one that's designed our website and that you know, does the inventory in the shop, and I'm the one that does all the artwork, and we don't encroach on this. Now she may come in and give some suggestions, like I think maybe you should do this in the site, maybe you should make this type of piece because people really like a certain artwork, so they're like, maybe you should do some more of this as a series. So she'll come in and she'll give you know, her thoughts, but she doesn't come in and say do this.
Right.
Don't do it alone, and know your place, because you can't have two chefs. You got and you got your co-chef. One is the head and one is you know, lower, so we don't go into each other's space.
Right. That's awesome. I thought of a story of someone, you know, most parents usually just, especially if you're creative, they're like, oh, you should go into this, you should do this, like anything that's like remotely creative, they're like, do that, make money doing that. My parents, my mom, bless her heart, she one time asked, we were at someone's funeral, I think it was like our great grand, so it was like, it was sad, but she had lived a good life, and you know, we were at the funeral home with my grandmother picking out her casket and everything, and my mom was like, oh, Sam, you should paint caskets. I was like, Mom, are you kidding me right now? Are you real? Because there was like a magazine of like, you could get your casket like wrapped, like vinyl wrapped, basically with whatever graphics. And she was like,
that is cool.
Think about it, like you could hand paint it for people. And I was like, I am not gonna hand paint caskets. Like, no, thank you. No.
He does do that every now. The beginning of the business when we started, because see, we know each other so well. She gets really excited about things, so she'll
exactly right.
Say something, and then I'm the one that when we're in the car, and I have to put on the boss hat because you are my employee. Why did you say that? You know we can't do that.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. So she gets excited. So she does say things like that. Not as much now because she knows not to do that. But in the beginning, she was signing me up for all kinds of things. She would forget that I'm a person and I need to eat and sleep and things like that.
Right.
Just work, take a nap real quick, and then go back to all these things that I signed you up for.
I know. And it's just excitement. And to anyone listening and watching, like, if you have a parent that has that kind of energy coming at you, it's truly just from a place of their excitement and thrill that you have talent, and they just want you to maximize that and, you know, make the most of it. So it's truly from a place of love, most likely. Maybe there's some control in it that they're trying to exercise, but I know that it mostly comes from a place of love. But so tell us about your favorite part about owning a business.
My favorite part is it's a two-tiered. So my favorite part is that I am the boss.
Yeah.
So when I am exhausted and I need a day off, I can just do that. I don't call in or make sure that I have enough things saved up. I can just I ain't gonna work today, and that's the end of it because I'm here. So that's my favorite part. But my mother also put her input of what she thinks her favorite part is, and I agree with her, is that we're leaving a legacy for generations to come. And when you work in a 9-to-5, even if you're the CFO and you make all this money and things like that, when you leave and you retire from that job, there's no legacy there. It's like all you have is your 401k, maybe you saved a little nest egg and a gold watch that says thank you for your service. You can't give that. I mean, your children could keep passing that watch down, but that's not going to survive generations later. and your little nest egg is not going to keep going, 20, 30 generations down. So that's one of the biggest things, is that we're carving out a spot for ourselves in history that will benefit generations to come. My children, my grandchildren, and so on.
I love that.
It's leaving a legacy.
Yeah, that's so cool. So you've been working for yourself for over a year now and doing it. So how have like these current times with COVID-19 and with all the rest of the climate of the world right now, how has that changed what you're doing?
So the biggest thing is because of the virus and we're stuck in the house and we can't really go places. We are pushing hard on the marketing. Like we are just marketing every day. That's what we're doing. Marketing, pushing. Before the virus, our biggest source of income were in-person events. And before the virus hit, we had all kinds of events lined up. And this year I told her that I only want to do big events. Last year we were doing small events because it was our first time. So we were just kind of feeling it out, getting used to it. Now, once the Christmas season was over, we were like, okay, we got this. We're good. Let's do some big events. So we were ready with some huge events that's been around for 45 years and things like that. And once the virus hit, boom, half of the events said, nah, we're going to give you money back, or we'll keep the money, but we'll just make sure that next year you're definitely a vendor. You don't have to apply again. So it's going. And I was like, oh, that was because we were doing so good in person. And even though, it's our first year, so we hadn't started making profit, but we were making a lot of revenue. And I think we would have started making profit this year with those in-person vending events. And we started marketing, like I built the website, I built the online shop. But once I did that, we went right back out to the vending. So we had no time to really build up online base. So everyone knew who Erika was. Erika L illustration was in person, but we weren't getting any online sales. If we weren't vending, we weren't making any money. So if there was no event, we should be making money every day of the week. So because of the virus, now we're building up that online base so that even once we go back out, we have online orders coming in and we have in-person sales. So that's what we've been doing. That's our pivot.
Pivot. What's your pivot? I know. Well, that's good to hear that that you have that outlet. And I think that it's just, it's smart for all of us who didn't have your online presence ready to go. Like, okay, that it's just like a very clear, like, this is what you can put your energy into right now, instead of wallowing that all of our hopes and dreams were crushed a little bit this year. Because I truly, like myself included, we were all like, 2020, it's our year. It's happening.
Yes.
And then the universe was like, nope, not the same way that you think it's gonna happen. And so, it's really funny because it really did feel like this year more than any other year. Like I was hearing, comedians that I follow and just like other, like, minor celebrities and friends of mine, everyone was like, 2020, it's our year. Like, we're pumped for this new year. And like, usually there's excitement about a new year, but like this one, I think it was just cause like, it's a new decade and like the numbers look good next to each other. Like people's businesses were growing. But you know what? This is what us as like, we as creatives are always dealing with, is having to creatively problem solve. Right. And it's like, how can this gigantic brick wall, it's not even a speed bump, it was a brick wall that hit us all, how can we turn this around into something that's beneficial for ourselves and our community, and hopefully make it sustainable into whatever our new life is going to be like. So I think that's really great, and I hope to do a show with you. I know you're going to do big and great things, and I am not at the big ones yet, but hopefully we can do one.
Try the sugar loaf. The sugar loaf is really good.
Yeah,
It's 3 days.
Here's my dream. I usually, when it's a nice outside show, I bring my bus and I pull it in and I have my pop-up next to the bus. And Sugarloaf is so big, it would be so fun to bring the bus inside the convention hall, wouldn't it? And like have it parked inside. Oh my gosh.
Well, that would be nice. I think maybe you could do this. I know the one in Jersey was in a convention center where we just drove the cars right in. You unload the car out. But if your bus is I
could just leave it in there. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out and save my pennies, because I know that's an expensive one to apply to, but I feel like it'll be like, it would be a big draw to have the bus there, because it's just like such an icon. Oh, that's a cool, I have to write that down. So tell us about how people can support you right now, any new products you have that you're excited about or anything like that.
Well, I guess the biggest way to support is to shop and buy. So we're trying to get our sales up, and we do get sales every day, but shop and buy, but also, get the word out so that more people know about Erika L illustration. If you don't necessarily, this isn't your spiel, but you know somebody in your family or friends that like, they'll love that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Or get it as a gift. I think this is like a great time to buy Christmas gifts for people, or holiday gifts, or just for fun because you miss them gifts. And I feel like everyone in our group has just really unique stuff that there's someone for everyone. Like there's someone you could buy for everyone. So it's really great.
You'll find. So even if there's, you know what, I know there's a lady on the corner that would like that. Get it for her.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And I think now more than ever, having like surprise gifts for people like that who you might not know that personally is going to go a long way. And I know money is tight for people, but that's what we got to do. We got to love each other in that way. So that's super special. Well, thank you so much, Erika, for chatting with me. It's such a pleasure to meet you, and good luck with everything. And I can't wait. You do live videos of you making a lot of your pieces on Facebook, right? Is that where you go live with them?
Oh, I go live on Instagram, and I just started doing this.
Okay.
I'm going to be live tomorrow doing a piece, and I'm actually working on the piece now that I'm going to go live on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes out, it won't be tomorrow. It'll have been in the past, but you'll be posting more of those on Instagram and stuff coming up too, probably, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, Erika, well, we'll talk soon. Good luck with everything.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.